I finally made a top this week that I have been wanting to make for months, if not years, and I cannot wait to share that with you along with all of my July plans. Hi, I'm Izzy, and on this channel we talk about sewing. And today, as every Friday, we talk a little bit about life as well. So this is the FridaySews chat that everybody's having on YouTube. Well, all of the sewing YouTubers anyways. So let's get started with what I got up to this week, because I also want to get into my plans for July. So I got two things done this week. The first one I'm going to share very quickly because there's going to be a whole video on this, but I made a Coord set and I absolutely love it. So this is a rayon twill I bought from Core Fabrics. Oh, I think it was probably last summer. I had 3 meters of it because I was thinking I was going to make myself a dress. But you know me and dresses, and I have a few now that I barely ever wear. So I decided to make a super fun cord set with the all-in shirt by Pattern Emporium, which if you've watched my Think Pink unboxing earlier this week, and I'm going to link to it somewhere up here if you haven't, the all-in shirt I made with the white cotton from the box is a little bit too small and won't close at the front. Well, I have now fixed that, and this one fits me perfectly. And to go with this, I made some Lane shorts because why not? Pattern fits me perfectly. They are crazy comfortable. And yeah, I ended up with a super cute set and cannot wait to share all of the details about that make in a video that's probably going to come out at some point this month. So that was my first little victory. And then Canada Day was this week, so on July 1st. And on Monday, June 30th, when I got up, I realized I have no red in my wardrobe. Red is probably one of my favorite colors, and I have nothing red to wear for Canada Day, which makes 0 sense. I've had this striped cotton jersey in my stash since last year, and I absolutely love it. So wanted it to be turned into a shirt that I knew I would wear a lot, and I think I did the right thing with this. I made the Starstruck top or side tie top by Pattern Emporium. I've had that pattern forever, like ever. And I finally pulled it out and made this top out of this fabric because Stacy from Stacy J Studios, I'm going to link to her channel down below. She made one of these a few weeks ago, maybe a couple months ago, and hers turned out so cute. I knew I was going to have to make one for myself this summer. And here it is. It's my Canada Day shirt. This was a super, super quick top to make once you've cut out the pieces, because there's basically 3 pieces to this top. The body, which is all in one piece. It's a mahoosive pattern piece that you can't really lie down on one. Anyways, in the instructions, she gives you tips and tricks on how to cut your pattern piece for this. But yeah, because of that, there's only one seam on this entire body, and it's in the back. And then I made the flutter sleeves, which I've not finished because I couldn't be bothered to finish the sleeve hems. And then the neckband, and this is a boat neck, which I absolutely love on me. It's one of my favorite necklines. So yeah, it is a touch too long. I have to scrunch it up at my waist quite a bit for it to not look strange on me. So the pattern will be adjusted to remove a good 2 inches from the length. so that when it's tied, the knot basically lands at my high hip, not all the way down to my, like almost my, like covering my bum, which is not a great look. So yeah, my Starstruck top, hopefully I will insert some pictures of me in it. I was wearing it with some white shorts, and July 1st was a really hot day, so this was the perfect outfit. Not that I do much celebrating these days, but it was nice to wear my country's colors all day. So this is what I got up to this week. Yes, I did have a week off, and technically I should have been able to get more done, but I've also been really, really busy with other things and spending time with hubby, and we went to the island. So it was a very relaxing week. I did spend some time down here, but not too much. It was a good balance. Now let's talk about my July plans. I have quite a few of them, but I've already, because today, as you're watching this, is the 4th, I've already made some progress on a few of the pieces I want to make. So first off, and this is in no particular order, I don't know if I'm going to get to all of this, but yeah. First up is the Style Falcon Secret Jeans. Now, I have been super curious about this pattern company because according to their website, and I'm going to read now, they draft for mature figures, which means a little more room at the tummy, hip, and bicep, a center back seam for shaping, and shaping for a high round back and forward shoulders, in addition to a lower bust apex for C and D cup sizes. So I thought, you know, why not try a pants pattern that was designed for a body that potentially looks like mine, with a bit of a tummy and a bit of a lower bum. And yeah, so the Secret Jeans pattern you could obviously make or use to make jeans. As I've said about 1,000,000 times now on this channel, I have zero interest in making jeans, but one of the views you can use to just make a casual pair of trousers. So I'm going to use this mystery fabric from my stash. I think it's been in my stash for years. I don't know where it is, where it's from. I'm not even sure what it is. It feels like a linen, but it might not be. There's no polyester in this, but it's either a mix of cotton and linen, or it's a cotton, or it's some yarn dyed something. Anyways, it was not on my stash hub, and only because I spent some time this week sorting through my fabric stash did I discover this. So because I don't know where it's from or how much I paid for it or even when I bought it, I figured it might be a good fabric to try this new pattern on. Now, I'm not going to jump right in. I don't care how unattached I am to the fabric. I'm not just going to jump into a new pants pattern and go willy-nilly cutting into my fabric. I am going to make a muslin, probably just shorts or to the knee type thing, just to kind of gauge the fit. But yeah, I'm intrigued by this pattern company. I have been wanting to try one of their patterns forever. I figured, why not, if I can, you know, end up with a nice pair of trousers that maybe I can wear to work or whatever in the fall, that'd be great. So, project number 1. I will, of course, report back, probably do a pattern review in case any of you have heard of this company but have not yet tried her patterns. Number 2 project is a new bathing suit top. So last year I made the Clearwater Summer Essentials by Love Notions. I made it right before I went to Greece. I wore it in Greece, and It's comfortable. I absolutely love the bottoms. I made the little shorts. Super fun, super cute, extremely comfortable. But the top, I didn't get the fit quite right, and there's something wrong, like there's something pulling here, and every single time I wear it, I find myself constantly pulling the bodice down, which is a little bit annoying. Cashmerette, as part of the Cashmerette Club, issued or published a bikini or a bathing suit pattern at the end of last summer, which I downloaded right away but never got around to making. So this month, I want to make the top part. So this is the Marblehead Tankini by Cashmerette. And funny enough, I have a lot of the fabric I used for my Clearwater. I have a lot left. So there's over a meter here. I'm pretty sure I can make the Marblehead out of this. I also have some power mesh, some swim lining. I have some swim elastic. I have everything I need to make this tankini. And now that I have at least one bathing suit under my belt, I'm feeling a lot more confident. Also, there is a sew along for the Marblehead available from the Cashmerette website. So yeah, project number 2. Project number 3 is another Cashmerette Club pattern, and this is the one that came out on Tuesday this week, so on the 1st of July. I couldn't press the download button fast enough. So this is their, oh gosh, what is it called again? The Thorndike Tank. Now, again, if you watched my Think Pink unboxing earlier this week, you know that I had a pretty large remnant of that white cotton fabric, and it was the perfect size to cut one of the Thorndike Tank. So here it is. There we go. It's all cut and ready to go. I mean, this is gonna be a perfect top for summer, but also for the fall and the spring because it's so easy to layer on top of. So there are 2 views, a really cropped view and a high hip view. I cut the high hip. Yeah, just because I had enough fabric, and the cropped appeared to be very short to me. So yeah, I cannot wait to make this. This is going to be basically the exact same thing, I feel like, as the Helen's Closet Ashton top. So if you're not a member of the Cashmerette Club and are looking for a cute little shell sleeveless top, the Ashton is amazing. I do have that pattern. But you know, no bust adjustment needed on this one. Whereas I would have needed to do a bust adjustment on the Ashton because the last time I made it was early on in the pandemic when I had a D cup. Now I have more like an F cup. So yeah, so that's project number 3. Project number 4 is going to be the Lander shorts for Marianne. So I talked about this last Friday during my FridaySews video, but I've actually gotten started on it and I'm super excited. So here's the muslin. So it's minus the waistband, but yeah, you can see like the grading I did from the waist to the hip. I think this will fit her. I mean, I put the front pockets, which I didn't finish or line or anything like that, but I just wanted to make sure that Marianne would be happy with the placement of these pockets. And same for the back pockets. I put the back pockets on there to make sure she would be happy with where they land. I'm not going to do the button band or anything like this, but she is coming over this weekend to try these on and see how they fit. And then once we have gotten the fit just right, then I'm going to cut into this beautiful yellow greenish poplin, cotton poplin that I got a while ago from Core Fabrics, and it's going to be a super cute pair of shorts. Now, I know I said last week when I talked about this that I would try the pivot and slide method to grade the pattern for her because she goes from a 0 at the waist to a size 8 at the hips. But there are a lot of pattern pieces to adjust, and I wasn't confident in my abilities to grade all of them using the pivot and slide method, whereas grading from 0 to an 8 on the pattern piece and then just softening the curve a little bit, I knew I was going to be able to do that. So if I get a perfect fit, I'll let you know that that's what I did. If I don't get a perfect fit on this first try, I may go back to the drawing board and try the pivot and slide method. But yeah, we shall see. I'll be able to let you know next week after Marianne's come over for her fitting. All right. And last but certainly not least, and this one I've already started working on it. You can see the pile of pieces right here. I'm making myself the Mindelo top by Itch to Stitch, which was also very recently released. Such a beautiful top. It's got a V-neck, buttons down the front, nice flutter sleeve or ruffle or sleeveless. And you all know how much I love the Itch to Stitch patterns. They fit me really, really well. I did remember this time to remove an inch from the waist. I was so proud that I remembered to do that. And I'm using this beautiful red polka dot rayon. And now I'm going to have some red garments in my wardrobe finally. And I have a little bit of a remnant of this. Actually, I have about maybe half a yard, or half a meter. But yeah, I'm excited. It's all cut. I started sewing it last night. I'm pretty confident I'm going to be able to finish it by Sunday night, maybe. I'm going to be gone all weekend, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. But yeah, tonight is Thursday, so I'm going to continue sewing on it tonight. And then Sunday, when we get home from the island in the evening after Dougie goes to bed, I can probably spend a couple of hours finishing it up. So with any luck, I'll be able to wear it early next week and take some photos. And I will also do a pattern review of this top because it's a fairly recent release. And yeah, in case you'd been pondering getting the pattern, I'll let you know what my thoughts are on it. So there you go. So I've got 5 projects to keep me busy during the month of July, but like 2 of them I've already started. So I'm feeling really good about my plans. Now, thrown in there, I of course will do my Think Pink project for the month of July. The boxes haven't shipped yet. They usually ship around the 15th. So yeah, if I'm able to, I'm going to also get that done and have the video. I'm sorry, Bear just jumped almost right on top of you. So yeah, my Think Pink. And again, I've fallen behind with my Project Dress a Girl dresses. I really want to get another dress done. You're shaking. I'm sorry. I really want to get another dress done during the month of July so that I increase the count of dresses I have by the end of August, but we shall see. All right. Okay, are you done shaking, my love? All right, that is it for my plans for July. There we go. He's gone now. Now, let's talk a little bit about life. So, a very exciting vacation week. As I alluded to before, it was the perfect balance of a little bit of sewing, a little bit of outside, a little bit of at the island, a little bit of just hanging out with hubby. It was such a good week. It was stinking hot in Montreal for a lot of it. So a couple of days we actually just stayed indoors in the AC because it was unbearable to be outside. But I'm super excited because we bought a new to us on Facebook Marketplace of all places, a double kayak that I'm gonna be able to try this weekend at the island, and I couldn't be more excited. I've been bugging Dougie for 3 or 4 summers now. I want to try kayaking. I want to try kayak. I've never done this in my life, and at 56 years old, I'm going to go for my first kayak ride, whatever, experience this coming weekend. I fully expect that I will have sore shoulders and sore arms by the time I get home from the island on Sunday, but I can't wait. I cannot wait, and I have been trying and trying to add physical movement, physical activity back into my life because, you know, I work from home, I work on a computer at a desk all day, and then my favorite hobby in the world is sewing, where I get to sit some more, but this time at a sewing machine. But exercise, per se, going to the gym, I have no interest in that. No interest. I get so bored. I get totally demotivated. I need to just add physical activity in the form of sports I love to do or activities I love to do, and just add them in like that. So kayaking on the weekend is going to be amazing for the summer months. So yeah, of course, there's a pile of fabric right there, so Mr. Bear had to lie on top of it. So yeah, I'll let you know how it goes during next week's Friday sews, but that was the big exciting thing that happened this week. I have been back at work now since Wednesday. It wasn't so bad just because we have a lot of people on our team who are off this week due to July 4th and everybody being off in the US. So a good portion of my team has been off now. So it's quiet-ish. I've been able to catch up on email and get up to speed on everything that's happened while I was out. So not the end of the world that I'm back at work now. And before I leave you, I just want to give a shout out and a huge thank you to to Dianne, who bought me a coffee on my Ko-fi account this week. I have a hair. Dianne, I appreciate it so much. I can't tell you how much I do. So, and if you're curious to what that is, Ko-fi is basically like a tip jar that's virtual out there in the cloud that you can use to give your favorite creators a little bit of a tip for the videos and the content that they create. So if my videos have been helpful and you want to help support the channel a tiny little bit, you can click on my link to my Ko-fi account or Ko-fi account. That's always down in the description box below. All right, I'm going to go before I choke on my own saliva. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please give the video a like on your way out if you liked it. Consider subscribing to the channel and let me know in the comments below what you're up to, what your sewing week has been like, what your sewing life or your life has been this past week. Thanks again, and I will see you soon.